Hey everybody, Dan here. It is Wednesday, so that must mean I have gone to the comic store, picked up the books, and I'm going to do another haul video for you all. Alright, let us start with the independents like we always like to do. And I picked up The Bounce number 12 from Image Comics. Flip through this. I have to say that David Messina is really doing some excellent artwork. Really love the interiors of this book. The story looks pretty good. Have to say, I would recommend that one. Dark Horse presents number 36. Now, usually I've been saying, oh, I buy Dark Horse Presents for Mr. Monster and perhaps Nexus, but in this issue, they had neither, but I did see work. Where is it here? Yeah. Merlin the Magician. That's by Jaime Hernandez. The Hernandez brothers, creators of Love and Rockets. Okay? Merlin the Magician. So, that was enough for me. Again, it's probably like 8 pages. You're talking $7.99 for this book. So you know how much I love the work from the Hernandez brothers if I am doing that. Alright. Ooh, look at this. Thunder Agents, number 6. Rob Liefeld cover. They had 2 covers. Of course, I went with the Rob Liefeld cover. Really an outstanding illustration of the Thunder Agents. As I have mentioned in the past, I got introduced to Thunder Agents with the Deluxe series, which had a lot of great artists as well. I had picked up the DC run. I don't even think I even got around to reading it, but I wasn't super impressed. IDW seems to be doing a good job. And again, if they get Rob Liefeld to do a cover, then I am impressed by that. Talking about being impressed and people whose work I collect, Fred Perry, who does Gold Digger. This is Gold Digger number 210. 210 issues. Why are there 210 issues? Because it's that good. Alright. New book that came out from Titan Comics, Ordinary. I guess I read the description and previews and thought I would give it a shot. There had been a book, I guess a while back, Normal Man, which might have been about the same premise, being a world of superpowered beings and one person without. But like I said, read the description. Sometimes you can't just be a sheep and follow, oh, I'll wait till someone tells me it's good. Sometimes you got to read descriptions, maybe even do a little internet research, and kind of find something that maybe you'll like. And maybe you'll be the one recommending instead of being recommended to. It has to start somewhere, right? All right. Future's End number 3. Okay, there's a big event for DC. Flip through it. Well, actually, we still have Forever Evil going on. So, Future's End is the next big event. Forever Evil, I guess, is still kind of going on. And in actuality, we got Forever Evil Justice League of America. We got Forever Evil Justice League. And we got the Forever Evil series. Again, I haven't read them, but I'll flip through them. And you really don't know from these what order you're supposed to, read them in. DC used to have, on events or whatever, they would have part whatever, or, some numbered logo on the side to kind of help you keep track. Perhaps they should think about doing that go back to some of the ideas from the old 52 or pre-Flashpoint, whatever, when they were doing things right, and perhaps they can let us know what order to read those in. Maybe it's on one of those postcards they handed out. Like, I'm going to keep that around for months. I don't know. Batman 66. Okay, continuing the adventures of Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin. People love the TV show, probably love this book. World's Finest number 23. Been picking that up since the beginning, and I was reading it at the beginning, enjoying the story. I enjoyed, actually, Kevin Maguire and George Perez doing the art more than that even. R.B. Silva, he's a great artist as well. So I'm still on that book. Talking about great artist, Todd Nauck, Nightcrawler number 2. This might have been last week. My comic store did have a box of missing comics from their delivery. So, but for me, this is a new one. Todd Nauck. Go find a Wild Guard collection. His creator-owned book. Can't be recommended enough. And of course, I still love him on a big company properties. So I'm picking up Nightcrawler since he is doing it. Miracle Man number 6. I believe I have the original of this, but again, they're adding bonus material. So I have been picking up Marvel's Miracle Man as well. Uncanny X-Men number 21. Chris Bachalo doing the art. That is all you need to know. I don't think he did this cover. Yeah, I guess the cover looks good, but Chris Bachalo in the interior is even better in my opinion. Nova number 17. Okay, it looks like his little sister gets a hold of the helmet. Paco Medina doing the art. That can't be recommended enough. All right. Thor. And this one I'll go along with the writer also, Jason Aaron, doing a great job on the writing, and Eastwood Ribbick doing a great job on the art. So, you know, this one's really pulling double duty as a great comic. Okay, now, this has a new artist that I haven't heard of. This is going to be Avengers World number 6. Okay? And as I am a big fan, well, actually, this is the cover is Neil Adams, but the interior is not Neil Adams. Let's see who did this, just so we know, because I looked through it and it was very good. Marco Cicchetto. Okay, Nick Spencer's writing it. Marco Cicchetto doing the art. And looked good. Bought it. Been buying Avengers World. Guess I kind of like seeing what Hyperion's up to, and Neil Adams did a cover right there. Alright. Wolverine and the X-Men, number 4. Don't know why they restarted this. They could have just kept the number going. But Mahmoud Assar doing the art. He was kicking butt on Supergirl before this. Now he does this book. Great artist. And speaking of great artist, Humberto Ramos. And actually, I flipped through this. I kind of scanned it, reading the story a little bit because I was not around for Doc Ock Spidey. So, Peter Parker coming back. I have come back, and I've been kind of catching up on what the story is about. And I gotta say that Dan Slott has not done anything to offend me in this issue. Well, perhaps not. Offend might be a strong word, but he has not done anything to turn me off, let's say, of this issue. So, look through it, and it looked good. I actually scanned a lot of the dialogue in my looking through it, and it seems to be pretty good. So, there I am. Dan Sen recommending a Dan Slott book. Who would think? Anyway, all right. We have X-Men Adjectiveless X-Men number 14. Terry Dodson cover. Okay. I have to say, Clayman, I believe, did the interiors, because I looked in that. And the interiors are pretty good, but I mean, Dodson cover really sells me on it. So, to be picked up. I think we said maybe he's doing a lot of work right now. Paco Medina also doing Amazing X-Men number 7. So, you know, this is kind of like a, as you can see on the cover, for all those who can remember it, this is Spider-Man and his amazing friends. The same heroes that was in that cartoon. Spider-Man, Iceman, Firestar. So, I mean, yeah, he did Nova and he did this book. I guess he got a head start on something. He does great work. Paco Medina is an excellent, excellent artist. So, hey, you know, if you got 2 books by him in 1 week, it's a good week. Original Sin, number 2. Once again, my store has kind of bumped up the Art Adams cover, which I believe was equal number of covers. Last week it was number 1 Art Adams cover for $9.99. This time it's only $6.99. I don't know if other stores are doing that. Perhaps you could leave that in your comments below. Let me know what price you got it for, if you did. But Art Adams is an instant buy for me. So they did, I guess, get me on that one. I could have driven around to another store perhaps, but I just went ahead. In all fairness, my store does have a discount program, so bit the bullet, got the issue. All right. Haven't even cracked this out of the plastic yet. Still in there. I don't even need to crack this out of the plastic to tell you that it's drawn by Sal LaRocca. It's X-Men, No More Humans. Sal LaRocca has drawn it. Whatever is in that plastic is some amazing, spectacular art. Sal LaRocca, one of the top guys working today. All right. Now, not new releases, because, you know, this is, of course, a Comic Monster comic haul. So if it's going to be a monster haul, you got to have more than just, you know, what came out. So this is actually my friend Johnny. Thanks to Johnny for he had grabbed me this Free Comic Book Day Armor Hunters 1. So I appreciate that. And you know, there wasn't really much Free Comic Book Day for me or him, because we both really couldn't make it much, but he was able to grab a couple somewhere and grab me one of these. Now, let's see. Ordered from the web. Last week we had a comic book that had a Steve Rude section, kind of like a little bit of a tutorial within the comic. And, you know, I love Steve Rude's work in the past. I went looking on the internet a little bit, ended up placing an order from Steve Rude's website. Okay. We had this picture book, Saturday Morning Memories, that dealt with those Hanna-Barbera characters that I had been raving about in last week when I was, or no, it's actually a couple weeks ago, when I was mentioning having bought Omni-Men from Indie Planet. So that was a bunch of tributes to the Hanna-Barbera heroes. So Steve Rude actually had a Hanna-Barbera type pinup book. You know, it's smaller than comic size, but it's got a lot of great illustrations of those great characters from the Hanna-Barbera world of Super Adventure. Also, I bought at the same time his new sketchbook, 2013 sketchbook, signed by Steve Rude right there. And a lot of great art. I mean, he's a true artist. It isn't just like, not that people just do pencils or pencils and inks aren't true artists, but he does watercolors, pastels. He does everything. He's like a real, perhaps what you'd say, Renaissance man. But, I already flipped through it. Great work. Very enjoyable. Steve Rude's new sketchbook. And I went Rude crazy a bit. Steve Rude crazy. Got the Nexus, the animated promo. It's just a couple minutes of, I guess, a promo he made. He had actually animated it himself through his own artwork. And it kind of has a reminiscent feel of those Hanna-Barbera cartoons. He did that on purpose. The 2-minute cartoon is very, very good. And there is more for your money in the fact that there's a section about, short section about how to make comics and, some of his thought process. So I picked that up. Continuing our monstrous haul is a Kickstarter book, Rogues Gallery. Okay, it's art by Edwin Wang. Okay, he does the art on Skull Kickers, which I've been picking up in trades, and he's done some pinups in Argo Comics. He's done some, pinups in Argo 5, and why did I look for him for pinups? Is because I loved his work on Skull Kickers, and this is proof I love his work. I didn't, he wouldn't know whether I bought it or not. I went to Kickstarter and had to buy this book with his work in it. So, it's no longer available on Kickstarter, but I'm sure he'll probably commercially release it. Rogue Gallery, Edwin Wang. I went through this. Beautiful art. All right. Now, a lot of times I'm saying I haven't been caught up on this book or that book. What does Dan read? Well, this is what I've read recently. I read Flex Mentallo. Okay, I have these in issue form somewhere, but they put together a trade of it. It was recolored. Who knows where my single issues of the comics are. So I said, you know what? I've been meaning to read that. Let me just grab this new trade. Read it all through the issues in one easy trade. Frank Quitely's an amazing artist. Grant Morrison can be out there at times, and he certainly is out there with this one. For the Frank Quitely art, I would recommend it. The Grant Morrison story, it does have its moments, but overall it's a bit, more out there than I might enjoy. But still, it had plenty of good stuff in it. I didn't feel like, oh God, why did I waste my time with that one? It was a good read, a little out there. If you're one who likes a more psychedelic type of read, you may be happier reading this one. I had read Tales from the Con, which was in one of my haul videos recently. And I have to say, a lot of great, if you've been to comic conventions, you will probably enjoy reading through this because, as I exhibit at a lot of comic conventions, I definitely get to see a lot of the source material for some of the comedy that's within this book. So it was a very good book, and I would highly recommend it. And talking about what we were just talking about before, Omni-Men, I read through that. Okay, this was the book that I said had that little Steve Rude tutorial section. And I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I guess my favorite of the bunch was Comac. And I actually very much enjoyed this Steve Rude section where the writer-artist of the book kind of showed some of his first draft or roughs, and then he showed what Steve had done to kind of give it a little more zip and a little more vim and vigor. You know, just adding different things within the body language and the inking. And in actuality, okay, this is, you know, more issues are planned. I'm looking forward to them greatly. I have to say that, like, some of this stuff from Steve Rude definitely should be made into like that one of Comac right there. That should be like a full color, full page pinup. Like, if the artist can get Steve's approval on doing that. There's a number of illustrations Steve did for this gentleman, Mike Jones Jr. There's a number of illustrations that Steve Rude did that should really be full-page color illustrations. Anyone who buys my comics, Argo 5, know that in the back I like to have a pinup of each character done by industry pros. I think that would be good for this book. But it's really jam-packed with great art, great story, and again, I'm going to highly recommend it. I don't usually do a star thing here, but I'll go 5 out of 5 stars. I'm going to borrow that from Chris and Mike of Comic Frontline. 5 out of 5 stars. All right. And that about does it for the haul. So tune in for more videos from me and everyone else here on Comic Frontline. And thanks for watching.